So it's one of them things where you need to understand that Moyes, Van Gaal, Jose, and Oli all complained about the transfers. They all complained about either not getting the players, yeah, that they wanted, or
Bear with me, bear with me.
come, not getting the players they wanted because the scouts, they would get players scouted, the players would be identified, and then the club would move too slow to get them, or they just wouldn't get them. Like that's what we've learned. Ten Hag is the only manager that we can genuinely say, yeah, has been backed by this club in terms of getting the players they wanted. And look how he ruined the team. So it's one of those things, guys. I'll be completely honest, man. And now we've got a structure that's recruiting for the club and for the best interests of the club long term, regardless of who the manager is. So the Cunha signing, I think Cunha gets signed no matter who the manager is, to be honest. I think that's what happens. But it just looks good at the moment. And now we're getting linked with this goalkeeper. Like, I don't know nothing about this goalkeeper. I think I've heard Lee Gunner speak about the goalkeeper. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I watch bloody La Liga and I know anything about him. But one thing I do know is that we need a goalkeeper. Do you know what I'm saying? So who cares? Do you know what I'm saying? Who cares, bro? You know what I mean? Like we're making moves in the right areas, and that's a great thing for the football club, irrespective of who's coming in. The fact that we're actually looking at players, yeah, in the positions that we should be looking at players, tells me that the club are moving in the right direction. That's why it feels like we're being pranked. That's why it literally feels like we're being pranked. Because right now, I'm looking at this year and I'm like, bro, we haven't been linked to one bad player yet, bro. We got linked to um we're getting linked to the what's his name, the Argentinian brother, the left-footed youth, that Franco youth. We're being linked to Cunha. We're being linked to the lap. Like, bro, like, and now we're linked to this goalkeeper. We're just getting linked to good players, bro. There's not one player we've been linked with, and I'm like, yo, what in the life, bro? Do you know what I mean? Not one. And this is why it doesn't feel real to me. It doesn't feel real to me, bro. And also, it tells me that it's club driven. We're being linked to Edison as well. So it shows me that it's club and recruitment team driven and not necessarily being driven from anywhere else in it, which is good because it seems like a lot of proactive business. So yeah, man, I don't know, bro. Man said I think Angels going West Ham or Fulham. We're not getting him. I don't know about all that. I don't know about no. I don't know about no West Ham. Why West Ham? Graham Potter. I don't know, bro. I don't know about that, my bro. You know what I mean, man said Edison's another midfielder who ain't a passer. I don't care about his ball carrying. He's not a passer, but there's nowhere out there that's saying that we're only gonna sign one midfielder. Do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is night and day to the transfer links under Eric Ten Hag. And this is why you can tell that this is club driven and not manager driven. These links. You can tell. You can fully tell that it's definitely club driven, because if it wasn't, I think we would see a lot of sporting players or Portuguese players in the Portuguese league that maybe the manager's familiar with. We're getting linked to players that have nothing to do with this manager. The Lap has nothing to do with this manager. Cunha has nothing to do with this manager. Edison has nothing to do with this manager. And this goalkeeper, nothing to do with this manager. The kid in Argentina, nothing to do with this manager. Like nothing whatsoever, bro. There's no links. There's no links to any of these players. You could say the closest you could see a link is maybe I think he's got the same agent as Cunha, bro. I think that's about it. That's about it. So yeah, bro. I think it's brilliant business. I think it's brilliant business to begin with. Can't complain whatsoever. Do you know what I'm saying? A man saying what this goalkeeper's only going to cost 21 million. Go get him. Go get him. Yeah, bro. Listen, guys, we suffered. We've come a long way from the days of being linked with Brian Bobby and El Ghazi, bro. Like we've come a long way from that. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them ones where I think we can be optimistic, but we have to be cautiously optimistic. Like I seen a quote from Jim saying that Man United have the eyes of Jason Wilcox, bro. Like he said that Man United ain't on Man United not doing this data thing, bro. He was like, bro, like they're still they still trust Jason Wilcox, bro. You know what I mean? And considering Jason Wilcox is his eye test here was trusted at Man City to develop some of the best players that we're seeing around at the moment. Having him making the decisions on what kind of players we should sign, it's not a bad move, bro.
Yeah, there's loads of players we're linked with at the moment, though. But the
Yeah, but
surprise,
none of them are shit, bro. That's the good
yeah,
thing.
like I don't know anything about this goalkeeper. Apparently, we're allegedly scouting. Yeah,
Apparently, these
so
men are saying he's the bollocks, bro. Like he's meant to be like
he was
linked with Real Madrid and Barcelona, kind of that
he's
good.
linked with Man City. He's the number 2 choice apparently. For other than Diogo Costa.
Okay.
So that's one thing. There's what else is there as well? Who else are we linked with as well then? Like we got that Freddie
That
Woodman,
Franco Mastuanto or whatever his name.
Master One Tanto or something like that. I don't know.
Whatever the
But
fuck his name is.
I don't know anything about him like that. I'm gonna be real. People act like they watch River Plate, so be it. But compilations don't.
He just looks, yeah. He just looks similar to kind of what Trincao was supposed to be. You know, them ones left-footed, good ball carrier, good technique, but he's young, innit? Those are the kind of signs that we should be making, yeah, and they shouldn't be playing, but we just buy them. Even if we buy them and loan them out, or buy them and
Yeah,
have them as squad players, those are the kind of signings that you do sign. If you're gonna get him for something like 30 million, yeah, like 30 million. Like that's how much we signed Dorgu for, like 24 million. If you can get someone like that for 24 million and just have them in the squad, yeah, you make those signings, bro.
but you know what I have an issue with that is that we need like 7 first teamers, yeah. And I look at this guy saying, do we really need to waste money on that right now? Are we in a position to be doing that
But bro,
right now?
I think we are though, Cass. I think that these men are lying, saying we ain't got no money, but we got money. You
Yeah,
know,
maybe. But I think they're anticipating that we're going to be having a lot of sales. Maybe they do already have stuff lined up that we just don't know at the moment. Yeah. But my whole thing is like, I just don't think that's the correct link right now. Like when you got Cherky right there, yeah, sitting like that, who had an absolute mad showcase of a whole, like, let's say about 110 minutes, maybe at, Old Trafford, maybe less, 99 minutes. I don't know. For me, I need to be seeing that guy come through the door before I see this Mastan Toano guy come through the door.
we've
Do you
been
get
linked
it?
we've been linked with McAtee as well, bro. But it
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
like
I saw that
what
as
is his
well.
contract running down or
Yeah,
something,
yeah, yeah.
and he's playing silly buggers, bro. I'll take him from Man City just because, you know them ones. I'll be honest. Like I would love to see us take him from City just to flex muscles on them, but I reckon he'll agree a new deal.
Yeah, my thing with this Argentinian guy, I'm sure he's great, but he's like, for me, he should be one of them signings that come at the end of the window. You can't
I
tell,
agree.
you can't like you can't brief the fan base to say that we're broke. We're trying our hardest, we're trying to cut corners in terms of certain ways so we can afford certain things, balance books, whatever, and then go get this kid that's 17 years of age and think he's gonna hit the ground running at Old Trafford, bro. I don't think that's I think that's too much of a high risk for me, considering the sort of position he wants to operate in. When there's more players around, yeah. When I like, don't get me wrong, this Mastantuano, he sounds like he's got a bad boy name. You don't really hear it in football. I'm pretty sure he will succeed. But when there's Chris, like when for me, when Chris Rigg is right there, homebody, by the way, sitting there for not that much money, to probably less than 35 million, way less. Go get homegrown before anything, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Go get someone that's used to English football already, rather than someone that has to adapt potentially within a year when he's got a whole brand new side. That's just my whole part on that. I don't want him. I don't care what nice little touches he's got because off the ball, I don't know if he gets shifted or not.
Yeah,
When he's coming up against the Calvin Bassies of the world, is he going to get absolutely moved to?
that's what I'm on.
So that's what anyways, I want Cherky and I don't want no one else for that position at this moment of time. And especially for 25 million, you can't go wrong. I swear
Yeah.
down, you can't go wrong. So yeah, there's lots of news come out today. There's that Hoyland being scared that his position is going to get taken.
I don't
mean,
think
why
he's
would you be
scared. I think he knows.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why? I was gonna say, why would you be scared? We talk about that. Oh, guys are a super scrub. You're gonna get loaned out in it because no one's gonna buy you.
Yeah,
Simple as
facts.
that. Yes. And you don't want to take a hit on the books too much. So there you go. Another year out, loan, get out of here, scrub. You got Cunha that can play there. You got Xerxes that can play there. I don't think he wants to play Xerxes there, but Cunha can play there if you don't get a second striker. There's so many, and we link with Edison now. This John Garcia guy. I've seen these off centre back links, you know, but I don't believe him.
I've seen no centre back links, you know. Like I
still
don't think we're signing the
It was
centre
a
back.
left center. There was a left centre back that we was linked to just like 2 days. But I looked at it and I said, that's just a link in it. But yeah, and obviously we're looking at Mbeumo as well, which is fair. No Osman is not on their agenda. It's the lap, if not Mateta. That looks like it's going to be the two that we want.
Premier League proven. Let's go back
Exactly.
to Man United's model, bro. You know what I mean? That was Shalek Ferguson's model. If we end up getting Cunha, we end up getting Mateta or Delap. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, you look at Manchester United, you look at our treble-winning team, yeah, and you look at York, Cole, Sheringham, all from the Prem, bro. You know what I'm saying? Keno from here. Like, bro, this is where we do dirt, bro. They either came from the academy or they came from the Premier League. There was a few players that we did get from abroad, like Hennenberg and them man there, but them man there were just like if it banged, it banged. You know them ones. If it didn't, it didn't.
Exactly.
You know them ones. But
Exactly.
these man were not the spine of the team, bro. The spine of the team was from here, bro. Like
formidable.
It was sourced from
formidable.
here.
It was formidable. Our spines
Yeah, it
will
was
all
sourced
be
from
formidable.
here. You know what I mean?
Because that's that, isn't it? I just feel like when I remember, yeah, a lot of people in here will know this. When me and Tex, we first come on the first stream together on Side Show, they said we was trying to build a team what it looked like. We both put Mateta in.
Yeah,
you got laughed at. This looks mid, and then you put Osimhen in, who I said I want. By the way, I'm not saying I want the guy,
but he's not better than Mateta for me.
But I said I'd prefer Premier League proven, and obviously the whole Mateta thing died out. But it's like, oh, look at this team with Osimhen. It looks good, isn't it? That was building overall. Like Edison's there, Cunha's there, whatever, blah blah. And then all of a sudden, when Mateta says like, oh, this looks kind of mid, I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah,
you just add it for me. You put Cunha with Mateta, who likes to hold up play. He's built, he's strong, he's a lamppost. My type of striker, lamppost. Yeah. You're already adding a good 30 goals to your roster, minimum, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Let alone whatever assists might come about with it, with extra players. We need to add, what are we averaging? 50 goals a season for the last few years? Bro, we need to add more than that, bro. Like, we need to add the extra. I'm not joking. With whatever players come in, we need to add at least 40 plus goals. That's what it needs to add to the team on top of whatever else is going around with Bruno Fernandes and the odd goal from everybody else. It's a good starting place, isn't it? And then we can see how this defense really operates.